Alright, I got a joke about, I had to quit smoking pot recently because I'm pretty sure that my dog figured out that I was a stoner. And like every time that she would smell me start to smoke a little bit of weed, she would run up to me and give me that look, that terribly sad look. And I don't know if you, my dog, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but dogs really only have like 3 expressions. You know, they have happy, wagging their tail, and they got the smile on their face. They have bored, which is everything else, and they have, I'm gonna bite your fucking genitals off. What my dog gave me is the old sad face every time she smells the least bit of pot, because she realizes that when I get really high, what happens is I'm just like, hey man, what's up man? Are you fucking hungry man? You know what man, fuck this treat, I'm gonna give you half my ham sandwich. I feel bad for you, you know what? I know what you gotta deal with.
Jimmy, you know I am.
That's all I got written so far.
Yeah. Your dog has the expression, I'm gonna bite your genitals off.
Most of the time. Yeah. Most of the time, she's like, I'm about to gnaw that testicle off.
She'll be looking out the window at you like,
no. Jake.
Ark.
She has a real problem with ladies too. Alright, so I remember at one point in time, this is not how I think now, but I remember getting really drunk at one point, and my dog would always come over and she would, you know how dogs do, they would stick their ass over for you to scratch. I remember talking to Brooke in high school and I was like, I was blacked out drunk, and the next day she told me about this, and I just go, I think my dog wants to fuck me. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, every time I'm like, she just gives me her butt and looks at me.
You want to see that?
Yeah, I told Brooke that. And I said it with a straight face. I think my dog wants to have sex. I was like, it's really awkward. I don't want to hang out with my dog now. I have a hard time just hanging out in my house because my dog keeps giving these awkward sexual cues. Like, just like looking at me like, are you going to do it yet? I'm here for a reason, right?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's great.
I'm gonna write that one. See, you know what the biggest deal is? A lot of people when they start writing stand-up, I feel like they don't want to write personal jokes. I just told you guys a joke about me misconstruing my dog wanting to get pet for me thinking my dog wanted to get fucked. So all my dog really wanted was like, will you scratch my butt? But in my head, that's how bad I am with women. That if I see someone like just kind of give me a butt, I'm like, oh, you want to? We're doing this then. That's what's happening. Okay.
Have you seen dogs fuck before?
Yeah, I've got YouTube.
Oh, they're stuck. It's weird.
I've seen a pit bull and a hey, Travis, hey Jason, have you seen yourself fuck when you're drunk? Yeah. Have you seen yourself fuck when you're drunk? Because I bet you look like a couple of just Rottweilers.
My dick doesn't get
hung out, just fucking humping, wishing you can get something, right?
I've seen old dog get like, are you serious? They get done.
Actually, no. Actually, yes.
The dog stuck behind while the other dog like facing the other way. So it's like.
Could two of you demonstrate, please?
You know what happened to me? This happened to me last week. I was walking home from the bar and I had weed in my pocket, so I was, worried about every car that I saw drove by. I thought it was a cop. But I'm walking by this one house with this nice huge fence, this fenced-in yard, and there's 2 dogs at it, and they're barking at me. I'm like, whatever. And then out of nowhere, this dog just starts going after the other, ready to mount it, And I'm standing there in this yard watching these 2 dogs go at it, and I realize they're making a fuckload of noise. And if the cops come, I'm going to be that weirdo watching 2 dogs fucking with a bunch of weed in my pocket and trying to explain that like, I swear, I just heard a noise, officer. I don't know what happened. There's no way you can explain your way out of that situation. Right now. Dude, you'd be able to write the jokes too. I'll help you, bro.
I like the bet story. I am still stuck on the bet story. You know the bet, like the...
I do.
Which
he accidentally just like forgot about.
Sorry, that one.
The first hand job
story? That wasn't even meant to be stand up and that was
no, that's bullshit. That's awesome.
Okay, now I gotta hear this. What is this?
At a fucking drive-thru. No, Michael, seriously, you've always been stand up.
Alright.
You don't even have to fucking try. You're like, oh, and then we were all hanging out and like, Moose ate a drive-thru, so it's whatever.
I'll tell the drive-thru joke. I'll try and tell it as a joke. I'll try and tell it as a joke right now.
We lived that, so it's not even a joke.
All right. Well,
we
have a farm. We have a family farm like about 15 minutes outside of Mount Sterling. So that's far enough that you can go out there and you can just get drunk and do whatever. Well, what happened was one of our buddies, you guys might know him. His name's Moose. He takes one of his chubby girls that he brought out there, and they go out to the bed of his truck, which happens to be in the parking lot next to the house, next to the farmhouse. But it's not just a normal parking lot. There's a street light directly above it, shining right down. And he decides to not just take her out to this truck, but to put the moves on. And it starts off with them just, like making out. And then she lays down and he's just going to town. And me, the genius that I am, I'm the one looking out the windows. I'm the one looking out the windows, and I notice that this is all happening. And I go, hey, you guys, you're going to want to see this. Moose is eating at a drive-thru right now. And then everyone runs to the window. The night begins with 15 of us watching Moose eat his girlfriend's out on the bed of this truck. And then he comes back into the room, and we're all like, good work, man. It seems like she really enjoyed it, man. I am glad. There was also this point where we were all hanging out, and my uncle, what he does is he rents the farmhouse out to hunters. So like the first floor is it's got like 8 beds, I think, single beds in it all together. And what we usually do is we take all the mattresses and we put them on the living room floor, and we just have one big like snuggle cuddle room where everyone gets drunk and whatever. But what had happened multiple times is Moose and his girlfriend, whoever it was at the time, would be lying in the middle of the floor, and you'd get ready to move down to the middle, and he'd go, not a good idea, man. And you'd be like, what are you talking about? And he'd be like, you see that? And then you'd just see like the blankets going crazy in the middle, and you'd be like, I thought you were uncomfortable. He's like, no, I just had sex 3 times on this floor in front of everyone. Like, you've all watched me come and you didn't even know. I giggled and pointed at you. We looked eye to eye while I was coming, and you didn't even know. What did you talk about the hangout? That's so funny.
Megan McQueen, your first hand job ever. Seriously.
I don't know.
She was doing. I don't know that how you described it to me.
I don't know that I can tell it the way that I told her that she enjoyed it. But I'll tell you guys the story of the first time that I ever had anything sexually done to me. Let me preface it with this. The first time that I ever did anything more than kiss a girl was I was sitting down like eating bagel bites in my living room one day, and I had my girlfriend and my best friend had his girlfriend over. We were double dating, and my best friend's girlfriend walks up to me and says very matter-of-factly, pulls the chair up. Let's pretend it's like a 90s sitcom. She pulls it up this, which means we're having real talk. And she goes, Megan's ready to do more than just kiss. And I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? She's like, she wants you to move in downstairs. And I was like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? But it got to that point where this is what her friend told me. She goes, if you don't finger her, she's going to break up with you. And as a 13-year-old... And as a 13-year-old who had only ever kissed a girl, I was like, I gotta do what? I gotta go upstairs. Oh, are you kidding me? And you know what? I end up, just poking my way through that, figuring out what I'm supposed to do. Like, we'll fast forward to 3 months later. We're to the point where I've confronted my fears and poked into that cavern of darkness and came out the other side a stronger, better person for it. And we're to the point where we're both sitting on and it's good to let you know this is a 50-year-old antique couch that we happen to be sitting on to avoid the normal living room with my parents in it. And we're sitting there, and I do the old move, and then sitting there, 13-year-old Michael with a fully 13-year-old erect penis, and just going like, hey, that was a great move tonight, huh? What do you think? Dropping the most subtle hints I could, and eventually got to this, like, and it got to that awkward moment where I put her hand on it, and we like looked at each other, and it was like, nope, nope, this isn't working out right. This isn't what I wanted to see. This is going terrible immediately. And you eventually get to that point, no matter what, as a young man, where you have to go like, I'll take it from here. I appreciate the charity. I understand I don't deserve it. I'll take it from here. Sorry. That's the end of whatever I could think of would be the end job bit. I didn't think it was. That's what I could do off the top of my head.
That story was her, like, she was so confused.